Tonight it's on to week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback.
One, ready?
11 coming.
First down. Here's Burrow. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? So who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The Bengals at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Taking it about the 16. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it'll be Dolphin football. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Bridgewater now. incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Back deep, Trent Taylor. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Bengals take over first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Throwing now, Burrow on first down. And the catch made, it's Tyler Boyd. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now Burrow on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game. It has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A give up the middle to Evans. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 17. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's Pirine. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Samaje Pirine, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw, Bridgewater. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
Coverage is awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Well, that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big time.
Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Partner, on my spot sheets, I highlighted turnover margin because we remember they turned it over 4 times last week. So another one here in the first quarter. This isn't the way they want to go.
No, not even close. And it's not something they even imagine because the amount of time that we know that they spend in practice talking about what they need to get done, working on it, showing them how to take care of the football, and emphasizing what it means in terms of winning, they got to just be puzzled right now that they're not taking care of the ball better.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Bridgewater. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Taylor now to return it. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
They go play action with Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. they'll run the option to the short side left. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
On 2nd and 7, Burrow. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled it to 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up a 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Bridgewater from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bengals drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Burrow. That's going to be brought in by Higgins. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
touchdown there for T. Higgins. Don't let it be lost that Jamar Chase's phenomenal season. The Higgins had a big year for Cincinnati as well. Topped the 1,000-yard plateau for the first time, and he did it despite missing a few games with injuries. The third-year man could give Cincy a pair of Pro Bowlers at the position here in 2022.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Here we go.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow, first down. That's taken in by Higgins. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they move the ball with relative ease.
Here we go.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Touchdown! Jamar Chase with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try to mount a comeback.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores. And now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. But I think if Dolphin was able to fall on it, yes, they'll keep possession here.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Throwing is Bridgewater. And Wilson with it, complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41. 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From the 41, Bridgewater over the middle and complete to Waddle. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
That's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
First down, Bridgewater. Throwing middle, and it's complete. He's got room at the 30, and they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
They'll try to run with Edmonds. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Bridgewater to throw it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. Third downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Fourth down, they're going. Bridgewater. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on fourth and goal. Oh, they were so close to the goal line, Charles. Fourth down, they figure, well, we'll go for it. But the decision to pass winds up being a bad one with that interception.
Well, I think you said it really well. They may have just figured we're this close, we may as well go for it. Or they had a plan right from the beginning coming into this game to be aggressive. In any event, it didn't work out for them.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Guns. Stop.
So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And he comes back with one complete. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. All
right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bengals will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, I think everyone who's watching is certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half. This carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Play action. It's Burrow. Open man is Higgins. Down the left sideline. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. T. Higgins, 55 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the gun, Bridgewater. He'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 36 yards on the play.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. This is caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill, 27 yards. And the Dolphins are able to cut into that deficit. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now.
Makes the score. Eagles 28, Dolphins 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try and run for it with Evans. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now Hill to return it. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
From the 36, Bridgewater. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Bridgewater. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Now Bridgewater on 4th down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception,
they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Once again, they run with Mixon. Powers through him. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
180.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. 50 yards rushing for him now, and that was his 10th carry of the ball game.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
They'll run it here with Pirine. And some room to maneuver. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Samaje Pirine, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bengals will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Logan Wilson, the one who got in there and dropped him to the ground. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. To throw, Bridgewater. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. He'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense,
Here we go.
but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 3rd down, Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Xavier Howard.
But such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make sure you take care of the football. That interception almost cost them 6 points. Now their defense has to run onto the field, probably giving the quarterback a few side eyes along the way. They've got to see if they can stop a score.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
On 2nd and goal, Bridgewater. His throw incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Third and goal for Bridgewater. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Chidobe-Awuzie with a pick.
And the Bengals are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Gun.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The 71 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Inside handoff to Mixon. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Here we go. 11, Thomas. Stop.
Mixon will try the right side. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Punting now is Huber as he sends it away. And this returnable for Hill. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed them 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Cincinnati, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra